So this is pretty much why they chose the Leprechaun. Today's video is brought to you by CarLock, the world's best vehicle tracker and alert system. With CarLock, you'll be able to track your car real time, get alerts of anything suspicious happening to your car, such as your car is starting when it shouldn't be starting, any vibrations. Also, if someone decides to unplug your car lock from your car, you'll get a notification for that too. You deserve that peace of mind, and make sure you get your car lock. I do have a discount code for you guys shown on the screen right now. Get 10% off your purchase, as well as 14 days free trial with it as well with that same discount code, man. Get your car lock. You deserve that peace of mind. Let's go ahead and get it to the video. YouTube family, what is going on? Welcome back to another video. Welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for tuning in to this video. If your first time here, do a lot of car-related things on this particular channel, you're in the right place for car-related content. So make sure you hit that like and subscribe to the channel. If you already done that, appreciate you and thank you for doing so, but we will not hold you too long. Let's go ahead and get into the topic of today's video. You see the title and you see the thumbnail. I'm recording this in my car because of the fact that I was outside trying to record this and the wind was not cooperating at all, and that was just going to screw up the whole video. So here I am in the car, but nonetheless, we're in the car. So this is what we got going on. So Dodge has released the next teaser video for the car that they are unveiling on March 20th. Now, this is the final last call car that was supposed to come out at SEMA. Because of the engine issues they were running into, they had to delay it and push it back. But Dodge is going to release a teaser video every Wednesday until the car is released. And I want to talk about what we learned in that particular video about what the car is going to have. So a quick summary of the video, if you have not seen it, or what I'll do, I'll just put the video in one of these corners, what have you. So pretty much with the video, we have a Leprechaun. He's hooked up to this IV thing. I think they're in some sort of garage or something of that nature. The Leprechaun, he reaches up, he hits the little thing on the IV bag, and the liquid goes into him. And when the liquid goes into it, transforms him into a much more menacing person, evil person, however you want to call it. But that's pretty much the video. It's a really, really short video, and it's just kind of advertising that the roadkill nights, things that they got going on in Vegas is coming up, and also, of course, you know, hinting at the new car. So what exactly did this video mean? So this particular video reminds me of the Demon video. If you guys remember back a few years ago when Dodge was teasing the Demon, they did pretty much the same thing. They had these teaser videos come out each week and kind of let you know some of the features of the car. Well, not really, they kind of hid everything and whatnot. This video kind of starts out the same way as that Demon video started out. If you recall, this is how the Demon video went. They had a hellcat, well, a mechanical cat, which represented the hellcat. They put it into a cage, they put it on the street because the Demon is a drag racing car. They let the hellcat out on the street. They fed it 100 octane race fuel. That transformed the car, not the car, it transformed that hellcat into a demon, and you can see it turns from a cat to a person, and then it cut that first teaser off. So that's how the first one started. Now this video starts out and kind of has the same theme. You have a regular normal Leprechaun for whatever reason. We actually get it out. We know why we got the Leprechaun. He has this IV hooked up to him for whatever reason. He must have had a long day or something, you know, must have been hitting those St. Patrick's Day parties too hard, whatever. So he needs the IV. And the IV's going in there into his veins, and it transforms him into a more menacing creature at the end of the video. So this is pretty much why they chose the Leprechaun. To be honest, the Leprechaun has nothing to do with the car. And the only reason the Leprechaun's in the video is because the car is literally released the Monday after St. Patrick's Day. So pretty much St. Patrick's Day is that Friday. They're releasing the car that Monday. That's the only reason the Leprechaun is in the video. Now, this particular car was not set to come out this month. They would have already had the car out, right? Only reason it's delayed because of the engine issues and whatnot that they had trying to get the car, you know, ready for production, which was back in, you know, supposed to be for SEMA. So that's the only reason the Leprechaun is even in this. But there are some details here that we can take away, that we can kind of get some hints as to exactly what this car is going to do and all of that, right? The first thing here, with the car being hooked, not with the car, with the Leprechaun being hooked up to the IV and then being transformed after he takes the IV into the veins, that pretty much confirms everything we know, or we all been saying it's going to run on E85 or some sort of, maybe not exactly E85, but some sort of fuel additive that's going to up the horsepower and make the car perform much better, or way better. It's the same thing they did with the Demon, same way they started that video out, started those teasers. So we know that's going to be the case. Now, I watched this video a few times. There are not any numbers or anything in the video that call out what this car is going to be called or what the performance is going to be. Dodge does have a habit of putting numbers and stuff in there. They didn't do it on this video. They may do it on some future videos. This is something that I did notice in the video. The thumbnail for the video is like a Leprechaun close-up of the face, because St. Patrick's Day is, you know, right a few days before the release. This Leprechaun has red eyes, right? And in the video, the Leprechaun has red eyes still until he takes the E85 into his veins and his eyes turn from red to now yellow or golden, however you want to call it. They start glowing. So from that, we can say, I will say this, I think Dodge is inferring that the Leprechaun is possessed by a demon or whatnot, similar to the red eye. The red eye name came from, well, the reason they put the red eye on the Hellcat is because it's pretty much a Hellcat possessed by a demon. It's really the demon engine with a different tune on it. So that's where they get Hellcat from, the Hellcat red eye from, right? So I'm thinking this, I'm almost willing to bet that all these cars, you know, all the Hellcats, the red eye, stuff like that, in the demons, they always have this symbol on the side of the car, this emblem. I want to say, because they keep using this yellow, they use this yellow and kind of highlight it and make emphasis that the eye is not red anymore, it's now yellow. I think the badge on the side of a car, assuming they're using a Hellcat badge, I think the eye of that Hellcat is going to be yellow or gold or whatever. It's going to be something different. I think they're going to use that Hellcat badge because it'll be easy for them to use the Hellcat badge and not make something new. They got Hellcat badges galore over there. Take that same badge, put a gold jewel in the eye, and that will indicate that this car is the big boy one, right? So I guess the next question here is, what is the name of this car? What are they going to call this particular car? Now, I am 100% certain this will not be the Dodge Challenger SRT Leprechaun. Because why? They're not going to call it the SRT Leprechaun. That's a fact. But what names could they use? I did a video, what was it, a while back, where I talked about what I think the name of the car is going to be. And my guess that the car is going to be called the Fast 4 or something like that, because the Fast and the 129, I did a whole video on that. Make sure you go back and check that out. I still think that's on the table, because in this video they didn't talk any about the name or give any hints of that. So that's still on the table, right? Now, some other names that could come into play here. One name that they could do here is they could go back a little bit and do a name of a car they never brought out. Now, typically with these last call models, all the names are from previous models of cars. Now, what they could do here with this one, they could call it the SRT Ghoul. The reason being, here, let me tell you the definition of ghoul, the official definition. Official definition for ghoul. A ghoul is a demon-like being or monstrous humanoid. The concept originated pre-Islamic Arabian religion, all that, or an evil spirit, phantom, especially one supposed to rob graves and feed on dead bodies, whatever. That's kind of what they call, that's kind of like the ghoul meaning. And you can see with a ghoul could have yellow eyes, right? Sometimes when you see those type of things in movies and whatnot, ghouls have yellow eyes. And granted, the ghoul was never a real car. That April Fool's joke that they came out with like a few years back that never went away, and it could be like, let's come out with it. Now, the release of this car is March 20th, and April Fool's is not that far away. It's only like maybe like a week and a half away. So they could release this car right after April Fool's and be like, hey, we got this car. We said it was an April Fool's joke. Here it is. It's really a real car. Everybody kept talking about it. They could go that route. So another name that could be for this particular car is Golden Eagle. Dodge had a car called the Dodge Golden Eagle back in 1964, and the only reason I say that is because, one, the gold eyes, and number two, they're using names of older cars that they had and things like that. So that could be the name, but honestly, I don't think that name's gonna fly at all. It sounds kind of cheesy to me. However, I do think that Fast Fork is still a highly likely name for this car because of the fact that the tag has Fast 129 on the back, and Fast 4 is one of the original Dodge cars that ever came out, and I feel like this is a good way to tie in the end of the Hellcat engines and internal combustion engines to the beginning of where everything started. So I think that's a good tie-in and kind of brings everything full circle. We will see more of that on the future videos and see what they're going to do. Are they going to give us more performance? Are they going to try to hint us the name and things like that? History tells us that that's what they're going to do. After they do this initial video, they're showing the Leprechaun taking the liquid to his veins or whatever. And I think now they're going to try to hint to us like some of the things that this car can actually do as far as performance numbers and things like that. You know, Dodge likes to tease us in that manner. Another part of the video that I noticed here, I noticed that when the Leprechaun transformed, it had like a whole bunch of lightning bolts and stuff hit them. Honestly, I'm not sure that's going to play a factor or not. I mean, they are transitioning into EVs and things of that nature. I don't know if that's going to play a factor. I mean, could it be an all-wheel drive hybrid something? We don't know. That could be the case. I doubt that's going to be the case because that's way too many changes to make this work. Dodge is trying to make this car as cheap as possible. When I mean make it cheap as possible, I mean as far as research and development. They don't want to spend a lot of money making this particular car, especially if they're going to have a limited run. So those are my thoughts on this particular car. Next Wednesday will be another teaser video, and we're going to dive into that and see exactly what Dodge is trying to tell us in the video. This one's really short. Maybe the next one will be longer. We don't know. But we're almost there. We're almost there to see what the car is going to be. Hopefully it lives up to the hype it's bringing out right now. And we're going to have a lot more conversation about the car. Let me know your thoughts about the car in the comments below. As always, thank you for checking out the video. If you made it this far in the video, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Like I said, we want you around for the long haul with all the car-related things we got going on. Catch you on the next video. We're out. Cut it.